knowing the history. He said, as a black man in front of a black congregation, you know the results of women going it alone. You know the results. We have 30 to 40 years of results to show you that it has not gone well for us. For you to get like, if you take it away from the Bible, you can look at the results of our very real life situation and how we've moved as a community. You can tell it has not worked out for women going it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit, the shit that he
And
just
it's
said in that pulpit was dangerous.
so hard headed. They will stomp their feet day and night. Wrong,
Agreed.
loud and wrong.
And this is the worst
I'm
part.
trying to understand, like, at the end of the day, oh, women alone is one thing. Women alone with children is a whole nother
Yep.
thing. They're both horrible. They're both not good for our community.
Yep.
They're both not good, right? Women dying alone with no children and no spouse, or women with children with no spouse, raising little boys and little girls with one person while they work two jobs or one job with two side hustles. How is this something that we want to tell our community? It's okay, you good. Go be 65, 75, 85 alone, still talking about girls trips and everything else while your other friends are dealing with their families. You want to preach that to them. No, that is horrible for our community. And yeah, that's why I'm so passionate about it, because the little bit of I didn't even see the whole video, but the little bit that I've seen, it's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
And it's horrible on what we should be telling our women.
Absolutely. And what I think is also, and just to put it in a more practical sense on how I look at it, for women, especially black women, the arrogance doesn't match the complaints, right? Because if a single father says, I don't need her for anything, he's not talking shit about her on social media. He's just taking care of business with his kids. He said, I don't need you. I'm not asking you for child support. I'm not ordering the court. I'm taking care of these kids by myself. I am going to garner support from the entire community without you. And he's not on social media talking shit. But the women are here arrogant. You should have seen the comments under that post. Stand in your power, whoop-de-whoop. If you're going to say some shit like that, don't complain about your baby daddy on social media. You got to do this shit 100% on your own and be about that life. So the arrogance that they show don't even match the complaints that they're going to post as soon as they leave the church. It's crazy. But who didn't get on this? Clout left. All right. Layla.
Okay, so I totally agree with pretty much everyone yet again. But my bigger standpoint on it is just, I feel like as a whole, using a religion or using religion in general as a way to just like try to make it sound, how do I describe it? Try to make it sound like it's acceptable for women to be single. And I'm not saying it's not okay for a woman to be single. You find your person, but saying it like on some, it's targeted, like everyone's saying it's targeted. You're using your platform for the wrong thing. You're not preaching the word of God here. You're certainly doing the opposite. And I think it is for clout. I think it's all BS. I think he's doing it for publicity. I do think he's still hurting and he's still upset. And yeah, I just think it's crap. And I don't see how, as a pastor, any of that was acceptable or okay. But, again, social media and, what we accept and the things we see.
I wonder what
everyone has a persona.
They
Would
were
you say social medians
reacting in the crowd. I wonder how the men took it.
Yeah, like seriously, because
you
it's
could
like,
hear though. You could hear though. Nothing. You heard
men
in that crowd.
Well, because this is what I'm saying.
Left.
But this is what I'm saying about him abusing or using his platform for the wrong thing. Because realistically, it's not even about the Bible or preaching the word of God. What he was saying was really just trying to make it acceptable or try to create a false sense of acceptance to women that are single and alone, and really for their money and just to manipulate them to continue to come to his church. I think it's whack.
Let me add this. This is why this is true simp behavior by Devin Franklin. There were no men practically virtually no men in that church. All right, unless they were deacons. The reason why you should know that, if even 25% of the congregation was made up of men, he would have never said that, ever. That is representative of what men do in the back chat. A lot of men come on these panels when there are a lot of women, and they simp on cam when it says live up here in the corner, but be in the back chat like, man, I don't be listening to shit. They be doing that type of stuff, right? So if he knows that there's men that's gonna be sitting looking at him like, boy, you tripping? What the hell are you talking about? He would have never said that, right? So there weren't men there. It is truly deceptive for him to do that, because this is what these women want to hear. Your Cash App is about to be popping, so go ahead and give it to him. He does not understand how dangerous it is to put that message out there. He only saw the benefit of what he could get from it.
Literally. And that's why I don't agree with that. I think it was really selfish and, just kind of, what makes it wrong is because you're supposed to be preaching the word of God and you put vows before God. I mean, like, it's kind of whack.
I'm going to keep it a bean. His
But
message to
the
those,
thing is,
his message to
only talk to. Go ahead, Sweeney. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say his message to those women in that congregation is as bad as Fresh and Fit's message to men. It's just as bad. How they speak to men and the advice and the things that they tell men and the way that they speak on that platform is just as bad as the type of shit you would see in that church.
Yeah, I can
go
agree
ahead,
with
Fantasy.
that.
My bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Fantasy.
So I believe he's just talking to unmarried women, not baby mamas. So I'm going to speak on unmarried
most
women.
of them are baby mamas.
I'm going to speak on the unmarried women. And I don't believe there's anything wrong with them necessarily. And I believe more so now than ever before, women are choosing to be single. And it's not because there's something wrong with them, but it's because they don't trust the men that they come in contact with to take care of them, to provide for them, to be the man that they are looking for. So they'd rather be single. They'd rather be alone. They're literally choosing to be single, right?
But doesn't that mean something wrong with them?
Hold on, MLG.
No,
hold
Mr.
on.
Leggo. I can't say there's something wrong with those women. If they aren't in a space where they're going to find somebody that is compatible with them, I believe they shouldn't get married, because marriage is supposed to be forever. And it's hard to do that when you don't even like this person, or you're just tolerating this person for the time period. The time period is forever. So that's what would lead to more divorces anyway. So if they're not looking for marriage, why not just talk to them sometimes like they talk to the married people sometimes, like they talk to the people that just got out of jail sometimes, like they give messages to certain people at certain moments, and y'all act like he can't talk to the unmarried women. I think he can uplift them. There's nothing wrong with them. They didn't do anything wrong to society. They just unmarried.
But he doesn't have to put
I just feel like his presentation. Sorry for cutting you off.
You know what I mean? He doesn't.
But go ahead. I'm done.
To do that. Yeah, talk to whoever you want to talk to. Give them the message, but you don't have to put a man down and say, "Well, a man was the broken one." And it's like,
it was his presentation.
I understand that one little part may have
move, by the way. That's a simple
one little part, really, Fantasy Island girl.
The overall message, I believe,
the overall message was a man is broken. It was an overall message.
Was not a man, nothing. The overall message was a woman, an unmarried woman, there's nothing wrong with her.
Because the man is broken.
Because the man is the one that's broken.
Came from his rib, meaning he was broken for her to be
she was whole.
So
he articulated that
a prerequisite of him being broken for her to be whole. It literally was the whole message.
The focus is not you. I know that you believe the focus is you because you're a man. But the focus
is actually on men all the time because we run the world.
You believe the focus is on men.
No,
let me ask you this. Hold on.
The histories of the world.
Let me ask you this, Fantasy. Fantasy, do you believe that women exercise foresight in life?
Yeah.
How?
Well, so when you said that women choose to stay single nowadays, do you think a majority of them are making the right decision?
I think the ones that have a community with them already, I think they'll be fine.
A community of
I've
what?
seen
No.
a community like
Here's
community
the
of
thing.
there's
Here's
a
the
dogs?
thing.
woman
They're
plays
not
Here's the
fine.
thing.
family.
I seriously
There's a-
don't think there'll be fine. I understand that there are women that are single that may have given their all to the wrong man, and you say overstay, let him overstay his welcome, that type of thing. So they ended up single. But think about it biologically. For a woman to choose to stay single during her younger years or her best years, when she's most attractive, most likely to get a good man, and do all of that, and choose to stay single until she's up against some new 20-somethings who the men who are single will find more attractive. That's dumb because they don't
That's a
practice
dumb
foresight.
assumption. Most
Hold on.
people don't
No,
choose to
they
be
don't
single
practice
their whole
foresight
lives.
because if you're 35 trying to make a life decision for when you're 45, 55, 65 and thinking not having a companion, even though women need companionship far more than men do.
That
And
means
men
she's
can
dumb.
play. Yeah, exactly.
She's
And
dumb.
you're not learning from the mistakes of the elder women that will tell you, no, I was all fun and games until I didn't want to work no more. You know,
Mhm.
I don't think they exercise foresight at all. I don't think they're making the good decision.